What's going on, everyone? It's Ryan here from HappyTrader.io, CEO and head quant. Wanted to jump into a backtest today. It's going to be the Ethereum CME contract 5-minute backtest. We're going to be doing all of 2023 up to December 27th because today is Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. We're going to be using our long only strategy, which means that if we toggle it off, we're going to be using our uptrend signals and just simply opening a trade on an uptrend signal and then closing it on a downtrend. So we'll go ahead and superimpose the strategy. Make sure that it's overlaying properly over our signals directly, which it is. And essentially, you can see the close order of buy AI, and then you see the +1 buy AI, right? So what we're going to do is go into our strategy tester, and this is using happytrader.io as far as the indicator. If you're wondering, it's Sentiment AI with a Lumitrend, our proprietary indicator, and often imitated, never duplicated. So we're going to do in a small account backtest here with the CME futures. Let's just assume we have a $1,000 account. Now, I'm not, going to assume your broker's margins, and I'm not going to assume your commission or your slippage, but I am going to just put on one single contract, and we're not going to pyramid orders. And pyramiding orders would just mean entering two sides of the trade. One contract on the downside, then we get another downtrend signal, adding another contract. We're not going to do that. We're only doing from long to short, long to short. So we're going to do $1,000. We're going to do an order size of one contract. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go ahead and reset our back test. And let's pull up the 26th. Let it populate using deep back testing through TradingView. And then we will pull up the 27th, kind of see what we're dealing with and go over some of the metrics. And let's look at the equity curve. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We're seeing a little bit of a drawdown here. It looks like we started with 1,000 and we drew down to about 224. So it wouldn't have hurt you to put an extra 1,000 or 2,000 in there. Also, depending on your broker's margin. Now, this is pretty cool. On the 5-minute chart, only 599 total closed trades for the entire year of 2023, and that is pretty crazy because I know a few traders that are certainly putting on this many trades per week and aren't doing 9,000%. But we do have our performance summary, and you can see where everything's broken down. We have our net profit, which is the difference between our gross profit and gross loss. We have max run up, max drawdown. Hey, with crypto, you're going to get a drawdown. There's no free lunch. And let's go back to the overview. You can see our win rate or percent profitable, 28.71. And yeah, that is less. We are winning less than 1/3 of the trades that we put on. And that's because our winners are going to significantly dwarf our losers. You can see a $6,525 winner. You see a $100 loser. So our losers are going to be more abundant in numbers and in quantity, but in quality of trade. And these long trades are going to absolutely trounce. As you can see right here, these white trades here compared to the red, right? So you can also see run up. This is one other thing that's interesting about Ethereum and also about trading Happy Trader signals is like when you get a signal, like let's say you install happytrader.io, you set your alerts, you just go in, boom, set your buy and sell alerts there. You can also set your buy and sell alerts for your trend reversals. But, let's say that you are just, not wanting to trade, for lack of a better term, from one signal to the other because it's a futures contract, B, let's say you're not hedged, which you should be. Like and subscribe for some hedging tips. There's already been some hedging tips on some other videos. Going to get really deep into hedging, especially with futures, options, derivatives, stuff like that. You need to know this stuff if you're going to trade safely, even if you're paper trading and learning how to trade. So make sure to hit the subscribe. Now, what's cool about this is when we backtest, we're using the most rudimentary uptrend to downtrend, uptrend to downtrend, and that's all we're doing, right? The entire way, right? So just buy AI, close AI, buy AI, close AI, and that's all we are doing. Now, with that being said, here's the point that I wanted to make about the run up. You can see that even on the losing trades, there were run ups in many instances, right? And you can see that the risk reward ratio of those run ups is proportionally sound even on the losing trades. So what am I trying to say here, right? You're saying, you're probably thinking, well, hey, it's still a losing trade if you go signal to signal. Well, that's true. But if you're a scalper or if you are a short-term trader and you get an uptrend signal and then you get to, I don't know, here and you decide to take profit, whether you're holding the coin, trading the futures or trading a pair, that's going to be, a very positive sign that these signals can be trusted for run-ups, right? So that means for scalpers, for even for swing traders, for day traders. Now, for overnight holding, stuff like that, there's going to be some future videos on that are going to focus, primarily on overnight holding, primarily on options. But we're sticking with this video to Ethereum futures and a small account size. So you can see that there's plenty of opportunity, even on the losing trades, to take a little bit of profit on your run up, right? So the moral of the story there is just don't get too greedy with your trading, because if you don't take your $200 profit or even $100 or $50 profit, you could end up with a $650 loser, right? So, overall, just sticking to the strategy, just trading it kind of like, willy nilly, just signal to signal. We have a super positive expectancy, which is what we want to be able to put out there when we're putting out signals. Now, you can see that there was a large cavernous drawdown here. And because we're on the 5-minute chart, you can see a lot of drawdowns. Now, you're going to get drawdowns. There's just simply no free lunch on Wall Street. I'll say it again and again. You can see average bars in trade, 51 bars, not too bad for 5-minute bars, and the average expectancy per trade, $161 profit, or 0.19%. Grand total from $1,000 would be that we would not have been margin called. We got down to about, it looks like 224.85 ish. So again, you could have padded that account with $2 or $3 or $4 or $5,000, whatever. Or you could just virtual trade and just learn that these signals are amazing, and it's completely up to you. But net profit of $96,575 on a trading view backtest is a very good sign. 90, and that just translates over. Just move a decimal point, and you can see the actual percentage there. So yeah, pretty good equity curve. What you do need to keep in mind is, like I said, profit taking. When the markets run for a while, the market is going to breathe, right? After these big run ups, it will breathe, and then it'll run up again, then it'll breathe again, right? So then it'll just chop up, right? So also remember, with crypto, there are no guarantees. We do have these regulated futures, thank goodness, that are highly liquid for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and for some other securities. But yeah, these are going to be very liquid as far as being able to get in and out. Now, not as crazy as the E-minis or anything like that, right? We're not to that point just yet, but it looks like that's kind of what we are heading toward, or getting toward, is that sort of liquidity. So the point is that the back test is good, the signals work great, all of the above, right? So, all you have to do is just set it and kind of, if you want, just forget it until you get your notification off of your signal of your sound. So your handbell, your pop-ups, your app notification, or even an email to SMS. And if you're a quant, you can webhook this into whatever you're using as far as quantitative apparatus. And that's something we'll leave for another video as far as webhooks. But that's going to do it for the back test. Overall, very satisfied. We've put a lot of work into happytrader.io and sentiment AI in general. So to have a small drawdown on Ethereum right off the bat is a positive sign. And that's going to pretty much do it for today's video. A whopping 9,600% plus gain year to date 2023. Again, this is Ryan from happytrader.io signing out. Have a great day and happy trading.